Oh, there we go. Hello. Oh, wow, somebody already thumbs it up somehow. Thank you so much. Welcome if you're just tuning in. We're live. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and comment below and I will answer you later. And if you're live, comment now while we're live. I'm going to do a Q&A after I get through my bullet points. I'll do a Q&A, but we're going to talk about 5 tips for chronic fatigue syndrome. I don't wish chronic fatigue on anyone. And what is chronic fatigue anyway? It sounds so harmless. Chronic fatigue. It doesn't sound that bad, honestly, but it's bad. It's way worse than it sounds. If you're dealing with that right now, I don't envy you. But I can give you some tips because I've been through that, and luckily, that is all in the past. I have plenty of energy now. In fact, it's almost hard for me to remember having chronic fatigue because I have so much energy now that it's crazy. So there's hope and improvements can be made. That's the good news. So let's get right into 5 tips for chronic fatigue syndrome. What is the first tip? We're going to go right through these and then I'll do Q&A. So go ahead and ask your questions now and I'll check them later. So the first one is understanding what energy is as far as a human being and your energy levels go. Because when we talk about fatigue, we're talking about energy, right? And there's a lot of misinformation about what energy is. And it's a very basic thing that everyone should understand, yet it's not easy to understand for some reason. So I have totally changed how I understand energy and what it is as it relates to your energy levels. So I'll give you a little bit of that, and I do talk about this in other videos, so definitely subscribe if you're interested. And all the things I share on this channel can definitely help if you have something like chronic fatigue or another chronic issue. It's worth looking into, definitely, because I've been through the ringer and learned all this the hard way. And I'm bringing it directly to you. Hopefully this can cut some of the time off of your recovery. And there's so much misinformation out there online. I've tried everything. I've tried everything already, so I know what doesn't work. And it took me years of finding out what doesn't work before I finally found the things I'm talking about now. So the biggest key to understanding energy is what I teach in my program. I have a 12-week program. There's a link at the bottom of the description. That's all I'll say about it right now. But in there, I talk about calories. Calories versus alkalinity or power. So electricity is what you want to think of instead of calories, because basically people's current understanding, without doing an entire video, which I do have an entire video on this in my program, but without doing an entire hour on calories, I'm just going to say that's not working for anyone, is it? How is that working for you? How's that working for people trying to lose weight? How's that working for people trying to get more energy? If you're looking at calories, you're going to be stumped. And in fact, you're going to be more frustrated later, I predict, because I went through this already. And when you're trying to get more energy, maybe when you go to sleep, you don't wake up energized and fulfilled. You still feel tired after waking up. You still feel tired after a nap. How does that happen? That's not normal, and don't stand for it. And it's not just getting old. You're just getting old. That's a bunch of nonsense. Luckily, this happened to me when I was too young, so that no one really said that. But I think this happens to a lot of people, and they just think it's normal aging. Well, that's not normal with age. You can have plenty of energy no matter what age. It all comes down to science. This is all science based. It's not any kind of pseudoscience or psychology, which I studied psychology, but what I discovered is the hard physical truth doesn't lie. And sometimes science, when I say science, I mean Mother Nature or the universe. Real hard science, not just some study, and I could go on a tangent on that too, but I won't. Let's go to number 2. And don't stop there with your understanding of energy. Keep looking into it. I could do a whole video on that, but I'm going to move on to number 2 right now of tips for chronic fatigue syndrome. Cut out caffeine. Now, I know this sounds strange to some people, but are you on caffeine? Have you been drinking caffeine or taking caffeine? I used to drink back in the day when I was sick. This is years ago now, thankfully, not now. Years ago, I was drinking double shots of espresso. Sometimes, I've had more than a double shot. The most I've had, I don't remember how many shots is the most I've had of espresso, but doesn't work. Doesn't work. And I've since learned that caffeine doesn't give you energy. What does it do then? Why are people doing this? I used to go early in the morning, once a week. I had business meetings, and I used to have to drive out an hour, and I would have Red Bull or something. This was years and years ago. Thankfully, I quit doing that because I realized it doesn't work. Just doesn't work. You can't get energy from that, and I knew it, but now I understand the reasoning and the science behind it. Caffeine, what it does in your brain is that it tricks your brain into thinking it's not sleepy. That's different than giving you energy. It's not giving you energy. It's blocking something that thinks so that you don't think you're tired. You see how that's not the same thing? That's why drinking coffee is not a long-term solution. And in fact, long-term, it's more detrimental than good, definitely. I quit, thankfully, years ago, quit caffeine, and I have plenty of energy now. That's what I'm trying to say, is that I could jump out of bed and go drive an hour for some random appointment at a random day, and I wouldn't have to douse myself in caffeine. Is not what I would do. That's not what I would do if I suddenly had to stay up or if I suddenly had to wake up early. Caffeine I wouldn't go for it. No way, it would be nowhere near me. So that's what I've learned. Keep it far away from me. It doesn't give you energy. Let's go to the third one. If you want to know more detailed info about any of this, just comment and I'll come back in the Q&A and elaborate. I don't want to belabor any one point unless you have specific questions. Number 3 of tips for chronic fatigue syndrome is there's one more thing to cut out. And then I have a couple other things. Actually, I have a bonus one. So it's more than 5 tips. It's 6 tips. So number 3 is cut out, drum roll, sugar. And I'll lump in there energy drinks, but you could lump energy drinks in there with caffeine. There are some energy drinks that don't have caffeine, maybe they have something else. Cut it out. That's definitely not what to go for. If you have something important you need energy for, maybe you're an athlete, Maybe you're taking an important test. Maybe you just need to take care of your kids. Whatever it is that you need energy for, the traditional things that people are doing these days are not working. So cut out sugar and energy drinks. What is sugar anyway? Is it going to give you energy? It's definitely going to give you a psychological bump because it's a drug. And this is what you need to understand about sugar. Just because they sell it to kids doesn't mean it's safe. They're wrong for doing that. But that's not what I'm not judging them at this moment. But sugar is, what's it going to do? Is it going to boost your energy or take it away? Well, if you go back to what I was saying about calories, this is why it just doesn't, calories don't work. Because all calories are not equal. What's actually going to give you energy is electric. It's going to be electrical. It's going to conduct electricity instead of blocking and short-circuiting. So I don't want to get too much into the science. I just want to give a little bit of info for the science-minded people so that they can know what to look up and what to research. Do your own research, definitely. Try what I'm saying and prove it to yourself. Doesn't matter if there's just some guy talking about this on YouTube. What matters is the results, the real results that we're getting. So I'm encouraging you to find out what I found out, that this really has a huge effect on your energy levels, and I'm living proof of it right now. So after you cut out sugar and energy drinks and caffeine, that's a big step in the right direction. That is a step you're going to have to make on faith because, well, you don't have to make it on faith. You can do the research of that's why I talk about science, so that you don't just have to believe everything I say. Cane sugar specifically is acid, and you notice the title on my channel says the Alkaline Life Coach. Alkaline is opposite of acid. It's on the other end of the spectrum. So acids are going to gum up your nervous system, break down your body, basically cause damage. And alkaline, as long as it's natural and not like bleach or some man-made chemical, the natural alkaline things will help conduct electricity. And then you will have the energy that I'm talking about. The electricity. It doesn't come in the calories. And I'm just saying ignore the calories. It's irrelevant. If you're trying to lose weight, obviously I don't have a problem with weight, and I don't look at the calories. What I do look at is what's in there, the ingredients, and I have a list of things that I go off of, and there's a list of those in my free Facebook group. There's a link in the description and somewhere else on the channel, definitely more than one place. So the next one here is the number 4. Number 4, tips on chronic fatigue syndrome. Basically how to have more energy naturally, because it's pretty easy in hindsight, but this can really be a stumper for a lot of people, that most people don't have any energy. They've got a coffee in their hand, they're shuffling around, they have brain fog. That's a side effect of those other things we talked about, like caffeine and sugar. Does it make you sharp as a tack? Nope. It does the opposite. It clogs up your neurons. So it's actually making it harder to think quick, harder to react. You can have sharper reflexes. You can feel better memory. And these sound like wild claims. I can go into detail on each one. So I'm not making any claims that haven't already been proven by other people. The next one, number 4 of tips on chronic fatigue syndrome, is to detoxify the digestive tract specifically first, at least. Start there. If you're wanting a really good result, a powerful result quickly, this is a good way to go, because there's a lot of people are the nutrients, the quickest way to explain it is that the nutrients are not being absorbed. And where is this happening in most people is their intestines. And I can get really detailed and pretty gross about this, but take my word for it, and that what's clogging up most people is taking the energy away. And then if let's say you eat something that should give you energy, or you take a nap that should give you energy, and then you still feel bad, you still don't have energy, maybe you ate something supposedly healthy, but you didn't get any energy from it long term. Maybe you just got a sugar boost and that was it, or a quick little boost and that was it. Or maybe you took a nap and didn't feel any better after. Well, what's going on? What's going on? All these things I'm touching on are gonna roll into a better result. So I could do a whole video about detoxifying the digestive tract, but that's where you want to start, because the rest of your body can't even detox if your digestion is toxic. And so many people are, especially Americans, and especially people that eat meat, especially people that have dairy. If that sounds like you, then this is concerning. And let's move on to the next point. Again, I'll answer the questions in the Q&A. If you have specifics, just comment below. So let's get into the next one, which is number 5, and I have a bonus one after this. Number 5 of tips on chronic fatigue syndrome. Get more iron. Iron. You hear people talking about this sometimes in the comment sections. Usually they're making fun of vegans or making fun of vegetarians, or trying to be intellectually superior and failing at it. But if you can get more iron, and the only way is through plants, not by meat. I know that people don't understand that at all, but they're not eating the same plants that I am. I'm not talking about broccoli and all that supposedly healthy stuff. I did another video where I talked about supposed health foods that actually aren't healthy, and I talked about broccoli in there. You can watch that. I have a lot of other videos that are related to this. So get more iron, and the way to do that is through plants. I'll throw out a couple, but I have lists of them that if you want more info on that, check out some of my other videos or contact me at the links in the bottom of the description. A couple good, very minimal, mineral-rich plants that you can actually absorb the minerals in them are sea moss, which if you're not having that every day, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. And burdock is another good one. And I could list a string of them, and I have done videos like that where I did list a bunch of them. So that is about it. I do have one more bonus one, and then you can I'll check if anyone asked any questions. Let me see here. And if not, I'll just, let me see. Oh. All right. Yeah, this is live. So if you're commenting later, I will answer the question later. And the last one, the final tip is fasting. And this might seem really confusing to some people, because again, this all comes back to calories. People think that calorie is going to give them energy, but look around and notice, you have to notice at some point that something is wrong, something is missing, people don't seem to be on the right track as far as health goes. And it's obvious if you're paying attention to it. And that's because people have this misunderstanding that calories, and I talked about this already, so I won't beat a dead horse on that. But once you throw that out, you can start to understand fasting. And what happens inside your body is that all that stuff I talked about, a lot of I was alluding to when I talked about detoxing the digestion, a lot of this buildup that is actually blocking people from having energy has been building up for years and years and years. So people used to actually practice fasting. Some people in other countries still do. I know that some people in Asia do practice fasting. Some people in India, some people in Middle East practice fasting. Also, intermittent fasting is a little bit different, but still good to try if you haven't tried it. Look into it. And if you have specific questions, let me know in the comments and I will answer them. So there is a fad kind of going on with intermittent fasting. It's definitely worth looking into, but intermittent fasting is basically you go a portion of the day without eating. Like, for example, you stop eating in the evening at a certain time, and maybe you don't eat breakfast or until you don't eat the next day until a certain time. There's some people that only eat one meal a day. That's a thing. That's kind of its own little group. And there's all kinds of branches similar to fasting, but basically fasting would be, if you want to look it up, it's called water fasting, I guess people call it online. Specifically water fasting because juicing is a little bit different. So, we could get into detail on each one. All of them are worth trying out, especially if you never have before. If you're just joining us, welcome. Let me know if you have any questions. Now is a good time to ask questions. Hello. Nice to see you. Fala, am I saying your name right? Salam, respect. Thank you. You too as well. Back at you. You always watch my videos? Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you for the support. And without you, then this really wouldn't be anything important. My channel is for you, and I'm glad that you're tuning in and that it's been of some kind of value. Let me know what types of videos that you liked and what kind you would like to see in the future. I'm definitely trying to improve the quality this year, so I'm taking all your feedback in and really trying to put it back into good content. And I appreciate when it's live, because then we can have a exchange in real time almost. There is a little bit of a lag, but not much. You said, Fala says, seriously, bro, your work is amazing. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Where are you when all the haters are after me? I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I put years and years and years into all of this information, and for a while I wasn't sure if I was going down the right path, but now recently in the last like 2 years, everything is clicking. So I had a video a couple years ago, maybe 4 years ago actually, called How to Get Out of a Rut. And now I remember several years ago I was in one and we're out of it. So I'm celebrating. What did you, oh, words can't describe how much I respect your energy. Keep up the good job. May God bless you. Wow. I appreciate that so much. And same here. Words cannot express some of my feelings. And I really, without people tuning in, I wouldn't know what's working and what isn't. So this is awesome. Peace and love from Russia. Peace and love from the US. Back at you. The heart chakra is open, pouring out the love on everyone. Well, how is Russia right now? Is it really cold like it is here? I live in a pretty cold place, but I don't know if it's the same level of cold. I'm curious what it's like there. Is there an alkaline movement? There must be YouTube at the very least. It's -10? Wow. Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? That's pretty cold. Have you ever tried the Wim Hof breathing? Did you ever go outside? That's in Celsius? Oh man. I don't even know how cold that even is. Sounds pretty bad. Wow. It's like that all the time? Or you did the Wim Hof breathing all the time, or it's cold all the time? Do you ever go outside with no shirt on and see if you can withstand the cold? Oh, nice. Awesome. Well, that's the good part about living in the cold is that you can practice the Wim Hof method. You have burdock tea all the time? Awesome. It's good to know that burdock is growing on the other continents. Oh, it's not growing there? Do you have to import it from China or something? Where does the burdock grows around here where I am, but I know when I was in Asia, burdock was for sale at the traditional market, and they had I got like a grocery bag full of it for like $5. It's not that cheap here, but that was nice. It's growing there. That's cool. It's hard to. I wonder what you can get over there. Do you have a bunch of different types of seaweed? I know that Russia must be huge. So wherever you're at, do you live near the ocean or are you in the landlocked area? As long as you can get burdock, you can probably survive. But seaweed would be great also. Are there mushrooms? Oh, you have to order seaweed? I recommend, if you don't have it, stocking up on it. Definitely. That's something, sea moss is a good one that you could probably just live on that and that alone. So that's always good to have. That is a staple. For me, not rice or whatever other people are eating. Seaweed is definitely a staple, for sure. And if you're going on calories alone, no one would understand that. But it's not about the calories, it's about the minerals for the most part. So we've got people tuning in from all over the world right now. It makes me excited. That's one positive thing about social media is what we're doing right now. That's good. I want to know who else is tuned in and where you're tuned in from. I'm curious. Also, if you have any questions, comment below and I will happily answer them. So Falah said, I did a water fast with sea moss for 10 days and it was powerful. Absolutely. Well, thank you for backing me up. That's basically what I was recommending. So Felicia or maybe Carrie is tuning in. Hello. Good to see you live. Welcome. Wow, that's awesome. I bet that was powerful. Oh, hello. Good to see you. Wow, we've got people all around the world tuning in. Exciting. Going alkaline all over the place. Imagine if everyone was healthy. Hello, Z-Boy83. Welcome. Good to see you as always. We've got some of our regular crew on the weekend live crew. That's awesome. Well, I feel it. I feel it. I hope someday soon that we can get together and have an international event with people from all over the world gathering together and either doing a fast or doing a week of juicing or doing a week of my recipes. I would have someone else making them for you so that I can, actually, we'll see on that. I was thinking about doing a giveaway in the future when my channel, not if, but when my channel gets more popular. Although I'm happy with everyone that's here right now. I don't need any more people to make an impact. But the more the merrier. So the more people that we can get online in YouTube specifically, I want to do a giveaway where I'll cook the person food for I don't know if I'll fly them over and cook all their food for them or something. I'm thinking of crazy ideas that for a really entertaining video, if you know one of my videos recently where I challenged Mr. Beast, who he has been blowing up. If you don't know who he is, he does videos where he gives away a car or a house. But it's not just him giving away a house. It's really well done to draw you in. It's kind of like a game show, kind of like a prank challenge. A giveaway. So it's a mix of different things. So I want to make my own alkaline mix, and he's succeeding on YouTube really well. And although he's not healthy, but he's paving the way as far as business goes. So I'm inspired by him, and he's a lot younger than I am. So it's nice to see the younger people, what they're up to. But we need to do our own alkaline, healthy version of these viral videos. And so I want to give away something outrageous. Not necessarily a car, because it doesn't fit, it doesn't really fit with what we're doing on the channel. But something other than a car, if they get a free resort stay where they get all the alkaline food they can eat. Yeah, I was just brainstorming, but that sounded perfect. Wouldn't you like that? What do you think? I'm going to be giving it away. I'm going to be giving away a lot more good stuff as the subscribers grow, and if the channel's monetized, I'm going to put the money back in and give it to you. In interesting ways, though. So, yeah, awesome. Good to see that you like it too. Okay, so I'm on the right track. Okay, someone said Uh, Everything you talk about is true. I swear to God, it's real. Thank you. Thank you for backing me up. I appreciate that. Because, we have our own community here of people who seek the truth, and we know the truth when we hear it. It hits, it hits differently. The scientific, the hard facts. You can't debate it. Or, I mean, you can debate it, but it makes you look like a moron. So people can debate all day, but what about the real results? The real results you can't debate. Time will either promote you or expose you. My mentor, one of my first mentors used to say that, and it's definitely true. But thank you so much for supporting me and this channel, because I do get haters, and although it's the vast majority are positive, 99% positive, it's interesting, it's fascinating how the human mind fixates on only the negative sometimes. So I block them or ignore them because they don't deserve a thought. They don't deserve any attention at all. And I mean, we can debate and disagree all day. That's fine. I'm okay with disagreement. It's healthy, but there's there's a difference. There's a difference between a troll and just a disagreement. So, and we can all tell that pretty easily. You don't have to be an empath to, maybe you do, to notice. So someone said, so Carrie said that'd be awesome. Okay, awesome, great. And Falah said, when I watched the first video of me, or of you, I said, thank God there's finally a person who is real. Wow. That's how I feel, though. Yeah, that's, I'm flattered, but at the same time, yeah, you're right. That's how I feel, and I feel the same way about you. If you recognize that, then welcome. Please join the club and the conversation. You're welcome here. It's a safe place where we can be real, and we don't have to pay any mind to those other people, whatever they're up to. Don't fret about them. I need more to share some alkaline recipes in the Arabic style with me. Oh yeah, please do. Bring it on. I was taught how to, well, I was taught how to bake by my mom, actually, when I was maybe 3 years old. That's where I came up with a lot of the recipes. Is I was sitting on the countertop. That's how small, I was so small. I was sitting on top of the counter. I remember vividly. And part of detoxing and part of the, some of the mushroom supplements and stuff that I take, they really cleared up my memory, where it's amazing some of the things I can remember. I used to have a bad memory, but wow, now I remember way back. And my mom taught me how, and she watches these sometimes, so hi, Mom, if you're watching. But thanks for baking with me. And yeah, I was lucky to just sit on the counter and make, the cobbler is something I remember making it before. Muffins, I made all that stuff before kindergarten. And when everyone else the rest of the family was in school or at work or whatever, I learned how to bake. not formally, but anyway, that was a tangent. My point was that I learned cooking or from a chef when I owned my own restaurant uh, from Turkey, and he taught me he taught me some history about the origins of some of the recipes that were later spread around the world. So I'm really interested in. I learned a little bit of some Arabic style of cooking years ago, when I had a restaurant, but I would love to learn more. We actually parted ways, and that's, but bring on the recipes. Point me in the right direction. Let me know some stuff to check out, and I'll start researching it. Someone said, okay, so Falah said, when you fast for a long period of time, you have such a strong memory flashing. Yeah, that's interesting. It's good to hear you had a similar experience as me. For the other people that don't have to just take my word for it, this is going to work in a pretty similar way for everyone. It's not going to be exactly the same for everyone, but it's going to be very close. Very close. I mean, when you peel the layers back, we're all the same. So Falah said, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Wow. We're non-dual. Where there's not such a boundary between me and you. Is that what you're feeling? That I can understand so fast. Well, we're both tapped in to the same energy. Yeah, I can. It's good. It's welcome. It's great to have you. And whenever you make a connection, it's great. Might be what life is all about, even. It's the small things. Z-Boy asks, are alkaline buffalo wings and sliders on the menu for the near future? Oh man, did you see my recent post? I posted a picture of is that what you're asking about? The slider that I posted a picture of maybe yesterday or a couple of days ago. So yeah, I posted a picture of a slider, and yes, those are coming up. It's documented on video. I made buns. They were kind of, they were supposed to be dinner rolls, and they were kind of like biscuits, but it's a totally different recipe than the other biscuit recipe that I already posted a few weeks ago. I posted a biscuit recipe with coconut cream. Well, I made a similar type of like a bun just to go along with dinner that there's no coconut cream in it. And it's a kind of similar thing. A little bit less fluffy though, actually. So not as fluffy, but it still worked as like a dense roll. And I cut them in half, and you can either toast it like an English muffin, which in England, what do they call an English muffin? I don't even know is that just one of those made up things that America just made up? So it's you can either cut it in half and toast it and put jam on it, which I would call an English muffin that I had growing up, or you can make it into a sandwich, or you can eat them with dinner. And then there's another recipe where, oh man, I have so many recipes coming actually that are already filmed. Some of them are partially edited and need finished. So there's like a pipeline. They're coming down the pipeline. There's a pipeline of recipes, And I film a lot of stuff as I go, and then there's the pipeline of recipes as they are edited. And this takes more than just me, actually. I have two assistants, bless their hearts. And I could employ over 10 people just with my current ideas, definitely. And I've been expanding too. Actually, I have some really interesting announcements. I think I told some of you some of it on one of the videos, but good things are happening and good things are coming. So later at the end of the year, like the end of the summer, we've got some big things happening, and I'm going to be really excited if they all go well. And also, if you didn't know, right now I'm writing a book and I'm making a cookbook. So there's a lot going on. I could probably have a cookbook done if I just go back through all my photos and recipes. So, I mean, that's not my strength. My strength is creating the recipes. Like, I like to make sauces and desserts, as you can tell. But the raw, natural foods that I eat most of the day that require no recipe are too boring to make a video about. But some of the people that are going through my program that are doing varying levels of fasting or cleansing, they shouldn't probably eat any of those recipes right now. So the recipes are for after the program. But it is a good way to initially shift to stop eating sugar. It's if you can replace something with like my brownie recipe, it would be a good way to come to the light side. Thank you for the support. If you guys have questions, let me know, and other feedback. I'll hang out and answer questions as long as you're tuning in and commenting. So I already touched on every bullet point I had at the beginning to touch on. And Falah said fasting is the best thing. Isn't it? And it's totally free and easy. In fact, it's easier than doing something because it's not doing something. So in a way, it's easy. I'll stick with that. In that way, it's easy. Just don't do anything, but you do want to drink a lot of water. Easy goes. I appreciate all of your comments, and if you're tuning in later and see this in the replay, I appreciate your feedback as well, because people need to hear this sometimes over and over and over again before it sinks in. I know back when I was transitioning that it took me a long time, and I guess I was thick-skulled, but I thought I was shifting over, but in hindsight, it took me a long time. So I can understand the people that are having a hard time. I understand, and don't beat yourself up for whatever it is that you're trying to be perfect. You're not going to get it perfect right out of the gate. So it's good to demand perfection out of yourself, but there's a fine line between going for it and holding yourself back. So if you're so hard on yourself that you're not taking action, then you're too hard on yourself. And because you should just be making mistakes and taking action, making mistakes and taking action. It's not always pretty. So, all of these lessons that I'm talking about on my channel were brutal when they were happening. No one was there congratulating me. No one was there saying, you're supportive right now, and I'm so grateful for that. But it's not going to be like that when you're in the middle of it. People aren't going to be supportive. If they are, hallelujah, you are lucky and great. It's a blessing. But if you're one of the people, some of the people that reach out to me have no support, and I get it. I get it, because people are really, certain people, narcissists or whatever they are really extremely, almost belligerently aggressive towards me personally. I don't know how they treat you, but they've probably got their own stuff going on. It's probably not about me at all. They're full of toxins, or they've been programmed against me, whatever, but also, just because I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, that doesn't mean I'm not getting out of there. And it's important to, and this is coming from a martial artist. So I fought most of my life. I was fighting. And at one point, I wanted to be a professional martial artist. I didn't end up going that route exactly, but at one point, I remember losing that. What am I fighting about? And I think a lot of people are just fighting and wasting energy. So sometimes it's important to fight, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's important to fight, but what are you fighting against? And I think Bruce Lee or someone like that would say, to be like water, be like water. I can imagine, there's a specific video of him. And I was taught this by my master, that the water is super powerful. It can erode rock. Remember that. It can crash. A tsunami can just, oof, that's brutal. So water's powerful, but it's flexible. It's flexible, and it finds the crack. It finds the way around. Sometimes you need to find the way around. You can't, I don't even want to do that pantomime, because I'm going to mess up my neck. That's my personal, my personal thing from in the past, fighting. And now it's about choosing the battles and the right moment. And really, a master martial artist doesn't use energy. When you punch someone, I'm not going to start teaching you super advanced striking techniques, but it's like water. And sometimes the resistance is weighing you down and holding you back. For some people that I talk to. I hope that helps someone. I know that there's a spectrum of modesty and confidence where some people are way on the too confident side and some people are way on the too modest side. So that's something that I learned about in a meditation class I was studying several years ago. And I think my viewers, I'm guessing a lot of them are on the too modest side. Not all of them, but people that have been sick or have some kind of trauma. I think this is kind of a gathering place because that's what I went through. And came out stronger. So that's the message. That's the message. And Fala, you're right, is that fasting is what you were saying a minute ago. Fasting's the best thing. And it's free. No one can sell it to you. And not that it's easy for everyone, but it's potentially easy, and anyone could do it with whatever they have right now. In fact, if they ran out of resources, they'd be fine. As long as they could get clean water, which that's difficult for in some areas. So water could be good for stocking up. I have some other videos about what to stock up on. Some people, if you're in the US and you're getting a stimulus check or whatever, I have some good ideas about what to spend that on. That most of the public is going to waste theirs. I know that. They already wasted it, I'm sure, if they got it already. Okay, so Falah said mucus, full of mucus. Yeah, that's unfortunately my past and a lot of people's present. But in hindsight, it's easy to change. But when you're right in the middle of it, it can be very rough when you're trying to. And the hardest part is when you're full of mucus, your brain doesn't fire properly, and the disinformation online is a swamp, and it's a maze of BS. And, I'm online a lot, and I consider myself a professional researcher, and the internet is, sometimes it's funny how wrong it is. Sometimes it's scary how wrong it is. It's misinformation. I think now a lot of it is there purposefully to trick you. And at the beginning, there's a lot of, I wasn't sure at first, like, do they know what I know and they're not telling anyone and they're hiding it, or do they not know? Do they know and they're purposefully lying, or do they just not know? Like the food companies, the information companies and all that. Do they know what I know? Does the FDA know what I know and they're still allowing what they're allowing? Or do they not know? These are the questions. These are the questions to ask. It's hard to, Falah said, it's hard to do the transformation in one day unless you had there are ways to start the transformation in one day. It's usually traumatic though. It's usually not a good thing. But that's what some people need to happen. Step by step and you'll reach it. Yes, that's possible that way as well. But we should not forget our brothers and sisters, not everyone waking up at the same time. Yeah. Not everyone's waking up at the same time. That's very interesting. And some people, the people that maybe think I'm being condescending and lash out, those people are like the babies in their wake up. The people with having cognitive dissonance, and they're at the phase where they're angry when they found out they were wrong. And oh man, that's like the spiritual baby not that I'm not judging them as a baby, I'm just kind of giving you some insight on, and everyone, it's not the real age. It's not the physical age that everyone's counting. A lot of people were developing at a different rate, and not everyone was digging through the internet for over a decade like I was. And I didn't even know if it would pay off. And thankfully it did. So yeah, it is hard to do it at once. That's why I have a 12-week program. But even 12 weeks, I mean, that's a good start. Someone said, Carrie said, and she was responding to what I was saying a minute ago about, do they know? I'm just asking the question. I'm not. The answer is not important. The question is important, and to keep asking it, because next year, next 5 years, next 10 years, there'll be different people sprinkled around in power, and you know, we should be, you should be the ones in power in the future, making decisions. I mean, better us than people that don't know anything and are easily corrupted by money. I think that you're onto something there. Definitely. So Micah asked, do you believe some diseases can be reversed? Well, I'm evidence that they can, so yes. Now, I should probably give a legal disclaimer. Right there is a good spot to say that I'm not a licensed medical doctor, so I cannot, what's the word? Now all that talk about memory, and then I have a brain fart. The diagnose. So I can't diagnose or cure anything. So, but that being said, I don't have to be the one to diagnose or cure it. Someone else can give the diagnosis, and someone else can give the like, what is a cure anyway? I'm actually, yeah, what does that even mean to cure something anymore? Because you can't claim it legally according to the FDA. Even if something does cure something, you can't even say that it does. So what is a cure in this bureaucratic fake matrix that we're living in, where the George Orwell, whatever he wrote, came true, and the language is all opposite, where the opposite of whatever they say is true. That's pretty much where we're at. And they would say that I'm nuts for saying something like that. Well, who's got the result? Me or them? So luckily, I have experienced diseases being reversed myself. So that's my personal experience. Someone said, Micah says, I've been alkaline vegan for 3 days. Yeah! Everyone cheer for him. Cheer for, oh, sorry, Micah, I don't know if you're him. I didn't mean to say that. I can't see, your picture's too far away. But anyway, everyone cheer for Micah for going alkaline 3 days ago. That's what we're, okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Well, thank you for your understanding and cutting me some slack. I appreciate that. Who are the FDA? Carrie's asking who the FDA and what gives them power. Good question. Wow. Well, it's the Food and Drug Administration. And what I was saying is, who gave these people the power over the food and the drugs? It's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest. Why is it a conflict of interest? Well, this food is going to cause you to need this drug. It's a business model. Ka-ching! I have a marketing background. It's easy for me to see these slime bags operating. And I'm not, even though I called them slime bags, I'm not judging, because maybe they're 20 years old or something and they haven't figured it out yet. But we need to have a mass awakening. And if everyone inside of these companies is healthy and ethical, then who are they going to get to do their dirty work for them? If we just work for yourself and make our own economy, this is dangerous talk. This is dangerous talk. I'm saying to create our own economy where we don't have to rely on the massive organizations, that we can just trade herbs, mushrooms, recipes, massages, chiropractic, all the other stuff that we need. I can't massage myself. I've tried. I try all the time. But, I have to end up hiring someone. And I recommend, by the way, I go every month and I would go every day when I can afford it. I will. Depending on what your issues are, some people shouldn't go every day, but we can make our own economy, like I'm saying, that we can support each other with what we're good at. Your talents are not the same as mine. I have experience making videos and I have experience being on camera, actually, so I don't mind doing this. But someone else might hate being on camera, so they would do something else. I mean, this is free market capitalism that I'm talking about. It sounds like a revolutionary idea, but it's what we're supposed to be having. And it's obviously been hijacked, but it happened probably before any of us were born. So that's why we didn't notice it happening. We just noticed the aftermath. And well, I could talk a lot about this, but it's not really what this video started out to be about. So we'll see. If you have any specific questions about that, I'll keep going. But otherwise, so Micah, what was your point by that? I was just saying the congratulations, because that's a big step. I know it might be crazy right now because you can't really see ahead in the future right in front of you, but it'll be awesome in a few weeks, months. You'll be kicking butt. And if you're having trouble, then you can reach out to me and I can help you out one-on-one, or you can just comment and I'll help you in the group. I also have groups on Facebook too, and I have a lot more info posted in there. So if you're new going alkaline, that is where to check out. And just subscribing would be good, because I'm coming out with new videos. I should be doing 3 videos a week all year, and maybe more some weeks than others. So Micah said it's been rough, but I'm tired of being sick. Exactly. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And for me, when the pain of change outweighs, when the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of change. Let me say that again. When the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of change, then it's easy to change. So it's never pretty, but I've had some really big changes in my life, and thankfully I've been able to accomplish some amazing things because of those. But in the middle of it, it doesn't always look pretty. But give it time and stay the course and keep plugged into a community like this. And if you need one-on-one help, reach out to me. So there's plenty of support now on this channel. When I was doing it, there wasn't any support really. Actually, my friend just handed me some herbs, and I'm thankful for him, but he didn't really know exactly what, wasn't doing it to the extent that I'm doing it, but that was a good start. And then I had to piece it all together like years ago, and now I can look back on it in hindsight and see, you know, that it was easiest and help you to stay on track and make it easier rather than harder. I think the most difficult parts at the beginning are all the misinformation online, honestly. So Carrie said, love it, tell it like it is. So true. Thank you. I appreciate that. And sometimes the truth is not popular. So it's not very popular right now to speak some of these truths, not all of it, but some of these truths are not very popular. And that is what makes it difficult. That's probably what all of us are experiencing. That's why I made this channel to begin with, is that this needs to be talked about, and I can't hold it in either. It needs to be shared. So we're on the right track, definitely. This is the way forward. If we're ever gonna have the society and the health that's possible, this has got to be a big step, and this is going to be a big part of it. So let's definitely stick together, and hopefully this channel is a good place for all of us to gather and share information where there's no one judging. And I think there's a common thread bringing us all here. Definitely, I can see the people that contact me one-on-one. There's definitely a theme of similarities that is undoubtable. It's very clear to me, so that we're experiencing similar things. So this information is to help you, just make it a little bit easier for you, because maybe I've already gone through it, something that you haven't already. Doesn't mean that I'm better than you or that I know everything. It just means that I went over that hurdle, and now I'm reaching down to help the next person up. So I'm not perfect either. That being said, since I've done all this stuff that I preach, since I practice it myself, it's a good place to get info, because I can tell you boom directly and save you all that hassle of the BS on the internet. Because I mean, I'm an internet marketer. I know what the BS is out there. It's crazy. And your health is not usually the end result. Your health going up is not usually, even all the health fad info online, the YouTube channels I see and the recipes I watch and the health information I hear from the pop culture is so strikingly different than the things that we've been talking about. So as I keep saying over and over and over, the proof is in the pudding. It's in the result. And the people that gave a thumbs up while I was talking, by the way, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I can't thumbs up it myself, so I need your help doing that. YouTube is not just going to suddenly help my channel. They have an algorithm which it's based on your comments and your thumbs up and your watch time. So the more that you're watching, if you give me a thumbs up, it helps a lot. If you comment, it helps a lot. And if you share it, it helps a lot. So I appreciate any of those things. You don't have to give me money or anything like that. You can just help by clicking the like, and I would appreciate that. And you can help this message get out there too, because it's not just about the recipes. However, I think the recipes are a good key into people's heart. If I can make something really tasty that blows their mind, that they can't believe is actually healthy and gives them energy, that could, hopefully, that could blow someone's mind in one day and at least get them thinking on a new track that maybe vegans aren't bad, or maybe whatever their misconception was. Falah said, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. And you'll contact me. Awesome. Looking forward to it. The best ways to contact me, there's a link in the bottom of the description, or on Facebook, the Alkaline Life Coach is, and I have some groups on there too. One of them is called Bioelectric Awakening, and the food-based one is called Bioelectric Challenge. And those are my groups. They're free. You can just, if you're already on Facebook, you can join and look me up that way. Otherwise, the link in the description if you're just on YouTube. And I look forward to talking to you. I'm gonna sign out here, and it's getting past the kitchen is closing, is what I say, is that I have a cutoff time to when I will stop eating for the day so that I'm not up all night. Because, you know, and we'll end on a good note related to chronic fatigue syndrome, because that's what the video was supposed to, that's what the beginning of the video was about. But the Q&A was all over the place, which is awesome. So it was originally about the chronic fatigue. And one important thing to note, I have so much energy now that if I eat too late, I'll be up all night. And I mean all night. I'll be up till 6 a.m. just like going, what do I do next? So your challenge in the future, if you follow some of these steps, will be having too much energy. And that's a good challenge to have, because then I have to like plan my bedtime out and like start stop eating, start turning all the lights off. I gradually turn them off a few hours, and all kinds of different things, because once you, like I said, once you don't have chronic fatigue anymore, it's like a whole nother world where I have so much energy. What do I even do with it? That's the question of life now. Once you get healthy, that's all you have to worry about. You wake up, you have so much energy that what are you even going to do with it? And then it's all about, then it switches over to the stuff I used to talk about on this channel, which is like productivity and goal setting and stuff like that. Because once you're healthy and have tons of energy, wow, then you have to, it's amazing first, but once you get used to that new lifestyle and that what's possible to physically accomplish and mentally accomplish, once your physical and mental health are the next level up, or several levels up, depending on where you're starting, then it's just, you'll start questioning like, what am I doing with my life? Because once you feel amazing and have infinite energy, then it starts just becoming, wow, how long can we live if no one kills us? If, from an outside source, I was talking about this in another one of my lives, that I was reading about how lobsters are immortal in the way that they can be killed by an outside force, but they can't find. They can just live forever of naturally. But if something kills them, is the only way for them to die. So they don't naturally. So wait a minute, I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. I was talking about this in another one of my lives, and I think this is what we need to be questioning. We're just assuming that we're going to die at a certain age. In psychology, which I studied psychology for over 15 years, but in psychology, that's really a powerful negative suggestion to suggest that someone's just going to get old or, oh, just, people even say stuff, even my friends, and I'm not that old. I'm not going to say that. I refuse to say that stuff because I studied psychology so long that you're not going to catch me saying, oh, what's the saying people say? I can think of the things people say, that you're just getting old, or they forget something and say, oh, I'm just getting old or something like that. Don't say stuff like that. Don't say stuff like that because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's not necessarily true. If lobsters can just live immortally unless they get killed by something else, then what are we capable of? So in the Bible, supposedly Noah lived, what was it, like 800 years or something? What? I didn't used to believe that, but I believe it now. I mean, I believe that it's possible now. So I understand the physics and the science behind it because at a cellular level. And that's what they probably don't want you to know. But they just want you to keep wearing a mask. And I'm saying breathe. On my channel, we've got breathing techniques. And then out in public, we've got covering your mouth up. It's a dangerous world out there, and not for the reasons that are being said. There are a lot of tricks going on that only someone who studied psychology and mind control would see evidence. And I've got, a bookcase out there, a bookshelves full of psychology and subconscious mind and marketing and mind control, stuff like that, books. And so I can understand why the public is acting so foolishly, because they've got the wrong information and they're basing their actions on wrong information, which is even worse. So they're going to pay the price, unfortunately, and that's not what I would wish upon anyone. That's why we're talking here. I'm not just telling you what to do. I'm providing a platform and a place for people to find out info and to ask questions and to research more, because that's what is going to make a better future as far as I can tell. And there's not that many things that I can promote that would make a better future. So the handful of things that are actually healthy, the small amount of things out there I will talk about that I've tried and I personally know, that I've tried the results myself. And that's that's my version of integrity. That's what I believe it means as far as my understanding of it is. And I studied ethics in honors college, and I take that seriously. But, look around the world right now, and there's not many people who studied ethics, that's for sure. What if, wouldn't it be nice? So I'm going to get going here soon, but here we go. I'm going to do a giveaway, and I didn't even tell you I was going to. That was my secret stealth giveaway. I'm going to give away this book again. I gave this away already, and the person that won should have gotten it, and I'm really curious if they liked it. So if the original winner of that got it, well, they better got it. It said they got it. Let me know how you liked it, and I'm going to do it again. So I didn't make an announcement, but I'm not promoting this book. Well, I guess I am because it's awesome, but I haven't even finished it yet. Actually, you can see, oh, you can't see my bookmark, but I'm like right in the middle, so I can't vouch for the end half, but the beginning is amazing. And it's a graphic novel, basically. Let me show you a little bit of what's inside. It's really colorful, really bright and psychedelic drawings, but the message, the lessons in here are awesome. And it's not like talking about alkaline diet or anything, but the other stuff that we talk about, like the holistic body, mind, spirit, that kind of stuff, definitely. It's called Mystic Teachings and Initiatory Tales, the Panic Fables. And I'm going to give this away. So if you're just now tuning in, you got lucky and you came in right at the giveaway. But if you've been hanging out with me for this whole live, I appreciate you sticking around. And my channel, if you don't know, I'm making my way towards monetization, and I'm getting there. I've got over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoever just gave me a thumbs up, you rock. I saw you. Thank you for that. And anyway, the channel's growing, and I'm getting near monetization-ish, but I need more watch time. So the longer you watch, it's helping me out a lot. I appreciate that. And once I do monetize the channel, I'm going to be giving some of the money back to you, the people watching. And I'll be doing bigger giveaways in the future. I was talking about this at the beginning of the video, that I have some ideas for like some big giveaways where we'll like fly you to a resort or something and cook the alkaline food for you every meal, or something like a free getaway to somewhere awesome, or a private chef cooking you alkaline food. Me personally, that'd be funny. Something that we can make into a really good video and have some fun, and also inspire people and make it entertaining and healthy at the same time. That's what I'm going for in the future. So let's do the giveaway. Here's the Panic Fables, and let's see. Last time I had them pick a number between 1 and 5. What do we do for this one? I didn't plan it in advance, but the giveaways will improve over time. That's for sure. There's room for improvement. But, you know, the person got the thing at the end of the day, so the result was achieved. And if you are tuning back in and you did win one of the ones, I'm curious to know how you liked the book. And I'm giving away some other stuff too. So I'll probably be giving away some like tea or something along with it. So let's do it right now. Let's do the giveaway. What should we do? What should the rules be? Well, first of all, you should like the video if you didn't already. Second of all, you should subscribe if you didn't already. That's a good start and Mitch said, tea? I love tea. Well, you're in the right place. So do I. And I did a live video a couple weeks ago with 10 types of alkaline herbal tea. You would like that one if you didn't see that one already. Um, so yeah, I'll send out some tea along with this probably. And we just have to have the giveaway is right now. So the people that are tuned in now are the competitors live. If you're watching this on the replay, I'll do a replay giveaway as well. But let's see. So you have to like the video, you have to subscribe, and share this on social media. Any social media is fine. Facebook, Instagram, it'd be hard to share on Instagram. It wouldn't work very well. So I guess Facebook would be, or on YouTube, if you're a part of any groups that are relevant, or if you know anyone that could benefit from this, you could share it to them in a message, in a text message, or in a Facebook message. That would help me out, definitely. And let's see. So the people commenting, also you have to comment. So if you haven't commented and you're watching live, comment now so that we've got all the contenders. We've got a few people tuned in right now at the end. The people that stuck it out with me. All right, so I know that Carrie already knows my favorite type of tea. So let's try this. Who can guess what type of tea I was drinking earlier? And it's not what I usually drink, so that's the hint. All right, there's your hint. That's the contest. You have to have, I'm gonna check to make sure that you've liked and subscribed. And then now, after you share, comment what type of tea that I had today. I had tea more than once today, but I had the same type all day today. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Mitch guessed Earl Grey. I'm not gonna deny or confirm until all of the guesses are in. That way, whoever guesses first doesn't get cheated out of more clues. So I won't say if that was it or not yet. Z-Boy said raspberry hibiscus. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see who else is gonna guess. Oh man, we could go all day with this. I'm excited for, one of you is guaranteed to win. So you have a pretty good odds right now because there's not that many people tuned in live. That's the only benefit of not having many people tuned in, is that you have a better chance of winning. All right, a couple more people out there. Can you guess? Falah said blue. I don't even know what blue tea is. So are you missing a word, or is that the whole name? Maybe where you're from, there's blue tea. I've never heard of it. Sounds fun. All right, I need some music playing while we're doing this giveaway. Mitch guessed yerba mate. Mitch, you already guessed. But did anyone that's watching not guess yet? You have 10 seconds if you didn't guess yet and you're watching live. Oh, blue vervain. Okay. I was wondering if that's what you were going to ask. All right. So Mitch guessed Earl Grey. Z-Boy guessed raspberry hibiscus. Fala guessed blue vervain. And Mitch guessed twice. Is there one more phantom person watching and not commenting, or is that it? I'm just giving you a couple more seconds just in case. All right. 3, 2, 1. Vervain. Okay, no, none of those are right. Should we keep guessing until someone gets it? You can all get a second guess. Mitch already guessed a second time. Fala is guessing lily of the, and I know there's another word. Let's see if Z-Boy can guess it. If none of those were it. Da, na, 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 na. Will I get demonetized for humming songs? Da, na, 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 na. I need my own theme song for this channel. Z-Boy guessed sarsaparilla. Okay, so have all of you guessed a second guess? Yes. Nope, but good guesses. All right, let me change up the rules because this could take forever. This could take a while. Let's see. Who? Water. Water. I need some water actually right now. So I'm gonna wrap up the video and let's wrap up this giveaway. So let me think of, oops, I'm bumping the monopod. All right, so let's end this giveaway. I gotta think of a better way. Okay, let's guess a number between 1 and 3. There's 3 of you commenting. Mitch, I did not have sage tea, but that sounds really good. I will try some. Guess a number between 1 and 3. Mitch guessed 3. Z-Boy guessed 1. This is funny. I should have something here that I do something while I'm doing the giveaway. Something to twirl around that's alkaline related. Something for me to eat while I take a pause. We're waiting. We're waiting, Fala, we're waiting for your guess. Drum roll. You can guess the same number as someone else if you want. I didn't say you have to guess something different. Oh, you're guessing 2? Okay. Well, the winner. Ready? Ready for the winner? The winner is... The suspense is killing you. Actually, you have a 1 in 3 chance of winning because there's only 3 people commenting. Because we're at the very end, and one of you is gonna win this book. Is the suspense killing you? I already had the number picked before any of you commented, so it was non-biased. And the winner is Mitch. And this is the first time I've ever seen you comment on the channel, so it's your lucky day. Lucky, and it was a non-biased. I'm starting to get to know the other guys tuning in, but it was a random number, so 3 was 3. So you can get a hold of me either on Facebook at the Alkaline Life Coach, or in the link in the description, and I will need your address, and then I will send this on over. So good job, and yow. So, and for those of you that did not win, thank you guys so much for tuning in and all the support. I appreciate you all equally, and I hate to only choose one. And when I get more cash coming in from the channel, I'll be able to give it to everyone. So more giveaways will come soon. Don't give up. And I think you two were close. You had some good guesses of the teas. I probably could have kept going and on with that. You would have finally guessed it, but it would have taken a while. Oh, I'll tell you what tea I actually was drinking. It was elderflower. Elderberry flower, which I usually don't drink, but once in a while, and it's really good. It's not one of my staple teas, though, that I have all day, every day. Everyone else, I'll do another giveaway for sure. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when I go live. And also, if you want more info, I've got those free Facebook groups. If you want one-on-one coaching, I've got links at the bottom of the description that I can give you a free consultation over the phone. And I have done a few of those, a lot of them recently, and there's some really great people that I have had a good chance to come in contact with. So if you're really serious about going alkaline, you can contact me. Otherwise, only contact me if you won the giveaway. Congratulations to Mitch, and make sure that you subscribed to qualify. You had elderberry tea? That's awesome. I had elderberry flower, but both are really good. Both are great. And I could go for a cup of tea right now. I've been talking for over 100 minutes, and it's not the longest one I've ever gone. I think actually if I had a hot tea with me, I could go another hour and a half. But I'm going to have to end it here and go get some hot tea and something to eat. Uh-oh. It's my cutoff time for eating anyway. It's actually, my cutoff time's usually 8, and it's 9. So it's pretty late here. I'm on the East Coast. What are the benefits of elderflower tea? There are some benefits for women reproductive system. And off the top of my head, that's the first thing I remember. It's not the reason I was drinking it, but it's a really good one. It tastes flowery and a little bit like peppery. I don't know how I would describe that, but has a very good flavor. And of course, it's one of the approved teas, so you know, a lot of them all do the same thing. Like you could say The other day I was talking about this, and I'll end after I mention this, but I want to talk about cures cancer or like prevents cancer, like that type of word, that type of wording, that such and such type of wild mushroom or such and such herb or such and such flower cures or prevents cancer, or what does that even mean? To me, in my perspective, what does that even mean? It means it means it's natural. It's actually natural, not fake natural, like marketing natural, like home cooked or whatever. They just, it says natural on the label, not that. I mean, actually natural. Because everything else causes cancer. So what actually cures or prevents cancer is just whatever we should be eating anyway. There's not any, it's such a tactic. The word I'm looking for. It's such a mind control type, misinformation type twist on the truth, buried in the question and the wording. And this is the kind of things that I'm trying to put into words so that people can understand something, like the label, the nutrition facts. Nutrition facts, in and of itself, it's misinformation. And I'm awake and aware of this kind of thing because I've made my own supplements before. I've made my own labels before. So I've talked to lawyers before. I've had supplements and stuff. And one of my friends sells supplements. I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole, but he's selling them. Is he a doctor? No. And I mean, you know what he said actually? I told him that's unhealthy and that's acid and whatever. And he said, it's better than selling heroin or something, is what he used to do. And I was like, okay, well, you stumped me. You stumped me. So, and I'm not naming names, but I'm just saying that I have the inside scoop on what's going on in the health industry. And although I'm not a medical doctor, most of those people aren't anyway. And the supplements out there, oh, I have whole videos about that. Won't go into that right now, but the way that they twist that, nutrition facts, and then calories, blah, blah, blah. None of that matters. None of that matters. And I know someone that isn't well versed in this kind of thing would think I'm nuts for saying stuff like this. I don't care, but I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth whether it sounds this or that. Doesn't matter. Me trying to package the truth, I mean, at some point I just have to let it out, because I can only take so much care to like spoon feed, and there's going to be some people out there that are just going to balk at anything I say. And then there's other people that I think, more like the people that are watching and tuning in, already kind of know that half of this stuff, that something's going on and that there's more than they're being told underneath the surface. And since I've owned businesses and studied psychology, marketing, mind control, and all that kind of thing, connecting all the dots, I can paint the big picture only after all the different things I've been through. And I didn't plan it out that way, actually. I'm just happy that all of it ended up coming together because, you know, for a while there I was sick and that was no fun. But everything came together well, and I appreciate the terrible things that have happened to me. Luckily, I overcame them, and well, luckily, I found the information I needed in time. And it took me years of digging and digging and digging that, you know, you could dig for 20 years and not find it. That's the scary thing. But the people that have found the channel already, then you're already here. So I'm not saying look no further, but this is a good place to get more information. Keep looking though, keep asking questions. Don't just believe what I say. Try it yourself and prove it to yourself. And I'm gonna prove this stuff at some point with scientific trials, but that takes some cheddar. That takes millions of cheddar to prove something. It doesn't take knowing the truth. It takes millions of dollars. So it's interesting how that kind of stuff works. But, I could go all day about the nutrition facts, and that is psychology to me. The way that they hide that manipulation right in your face, to where people just look at the label and think that it's important or that it's true. And they don't question what's really in this, or what's in it that's not on the label. That's another question that I sometimes don't go into, and sometimes I do. There's things that aren't on the label that they don't have to label. For one, if it's a trace amount, which that sounds harmless enough, a trace amount, well, certain chemicals can be really powerful and really toxic in just a trace amount. And, a lot of, like man-made chemicals or drugs, like even like LSD or something. What about a trace amount of that? Trace amount of that could blow someone's mind and change their whole life. No, I mean, that's not my recommendation, but anyway, I'm just saying a trace amount of a man-made chemical could really be more powerful than someone is thinking, and they're allowed to put so much of it in the food and not put it on the label. And they can also do stuff to the food and not put it on the label. So they can nuke the food, or they can radiate it, or they can treat it with things and then not put it on the label. And they're allowed to somehow. So yeah, that's going on in addition to everything else that I talk about. And if I don't say all that to overwhelm you, because sometimes it seems overwhelming that why would they go to that great lengths to poison the food? It seems crazy at first, unless you've been down this road for a long time and you just come to grips with it, and it just becomes a normal part of what's going on. But if you're ignorant to those workings, then that's an important mental thing to note, because you're going to keep coming up against it. It's going to keep coming up, and the quality of information is going to dictate the quality of your results. The quality of your information is going to dictate the quality of your results. And that's why people can talk the talk all they want. They can lie all they want. They can't trick me. They can't fool me anymore. I've been down the block already. I've been there and back. So you can see people are lying. You can see people who are sick or are unhealthy. You can tell once you've raised your awareness, once you've been there and recovered, you can see all of it clearly. So the people out there misinforming are sick themselves. They don't know this info. And if they do know and are still misinforming people, then they're evil. And shame on them. But I think there's both going on. There's ignorance and there's knowing evil going on. So what can we do about it? Let's end on a positive note. If you have more questions, now's the chance to ask before I sign out. Let's end on a positive note. Sky's the limit. Gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. Good username. That's a good positive name. Sky's the limit. So what can we do about all this? That it seems overwhelming that the powers, or whatever you want to call it, are poisoning everyone and everything. Well, why are they in power anyway? We have the power. If you're in the US anyway. If you're in America, we have the power. The people. Don't forget. Don't forget just because things look temporarily whatever. I know that I can't say certain things right now, but don't forget, you have the power yourself. I don't have it. You have it. I mean, well, I do have it, but, I don't have your power. You have the power. How to access it? Well, that's all the videos on my channel is how to access it, and my program. That's another story. How to tap in? Well, your heart chakra is important, but there's other things that need lined up first. Not just your diet, and that's part of it, but it's not just about food. And we need to take care of ourselves the right way, and we need to pass it on as a lifestyle, as a strategy, and as a purposeful way that someone can pass on. I'm passing it on to you. Someone passed it on. Well, a lot of sources passed it on to me. I'm trying to condense it to the most digestible bits I can formulate into thought for you so that it can get the easiest result. Now, it's not always easy, but that's my goal, at least, is to attempt to simplify and make it doable for people that are hit a roadblock, or maybe they didn't start yet, or they started and it's really difficult. And you can live a good life and you can walk the path. You can open your chakras, achieve enlightenment, whatever. It's not an achievement, by the way, to burst your bubble, but it's something. It's something and it's nothing, but it's worth it to live this way. And we can make the world a better place by living this way. And I can't do it by myself. It wouldn't really work. But as a team, as a group, we can do amazing things. And, like the people earlier, Fala was reinforcing a lot of what I was saying because he's tried it himself. And that helps the message. And, the Bible, and there's other things in history, and probably other religious texts. I'm reading not only I'm reading more than, I've studied more than one religion. There's more than one religion trying to help people. There's not necessarily more than one God, but well, I don't want to go into that. That's not a what that's not an important debate for your health. The important thing is for you to get the result. And a lot of religions, all the religions I've seen have been attempting to do the same thing, which is help the people. So, well, a bunch of comments all came in at once. Mitch said, flying spaghetti monster? I don't know what you're talking about, but that sounds hilarious. Falah said, emojis. Yes. Yes, there are different cultures attempting. Mitch said, is God religion? Wow. I don't, to me, religion is people. People attempting to, I think it probably all of them started with the same inspiration. Like I'm not claiming to know everything. I've studied some religions more than others. I lived in Asia for years, and I grew up in the U.S., so that influenced me in two different ways. But I am, it's a real religion. Flying spaghetti monster. That's a religion? Wow, interesting. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to sound morally superior or anything by this comment, but that sounds like someone was tripping pretty hardcore to come up with that. Not to say that that's good or bad, just that seems like at face value very interesting of a religion name. All right, so I'm trying to condense this thought. There's several different people commenting, and I appreciate it. Sky's the Limit said, that's right, I'm following an alkaline lifestyle to pass it down to my children. You're awesome, and your children might not thank you at first, but they'll thank you. They'll eventually thank you, at least by the time they turn 30. If they didn't thank you by then, there's no hope. No, I'm just kidding. But that's, that's great. So they can continue to pass it down to others and change the mindset, yes, and that's taught in school. Oh, cringe. School? I forgot that it even exists. Oh man, I was a really good student, but I hated school. I got straight A's and was a smart aleck or whatever. Like, that was always a double standard that I couldn't understand this when I was a child. Now I understand that just some people are just jerks. It's just that. But like, there's a double standard with being smart. Like, oh, on one hand, oh, you're a genius or something. On the other hand, oh, you're a smartass. Okay, well, which one is it? I can't tell the difference. I'm just me. So I've thought about changing my YouTube name to Doug Dennis the Smartass. Just because, whatever. So is that my weakness or my strength then? Pick one standard. Is it good to be smart or not? So where I grew up in the countryside, it wasn't good to be smart. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool to be smart. So in Asia, in some places, I've heard like India, maybe Japan or Korea, depending, that it's you're cool for getting into a really good college, or for, becoming a doctor is like really cool or something in other cultures, I've heard. But no, not where I'm from. I got shamed for being smart. That's why it's so strange. What a strange world we live in. And finally, I found my voice, my outlet, where people like us get it. We're thinking pretty similar along the same lines, at least. We're trying to improve and feel good and help ourselves and help everyone else later, and just, positive things, real positive things, not just fake positivity. I'm not a fan of just positivity for positivity's sake. No, positivity is useful to get a result. So I appreciate all the community we have here. I mean, I keep saying that, I know, but this is what's important in life. And this is what we can actually do. All we can really do is be healthy, open our chakras or open our mind, be healthy, body, mind, spirit. And then the other people around us are gonna be influenced. Definitely, it happened very clearly in my life. I went from, like I said, there's still haters, like on the fringes, like the 1%. I mean, not many, honestly. There's the very, very minority are haters. The majority are very supportive and awesome. But that 1% haters still exist. But there was a shift, though, when I changed my life. When I shifted everything, people noticed. It wasn't like I didn't go around parading around going, I'm vegan now, or what people blame vegans for doing. I didn't do that. In fact, I zipped it, and I didn't tell. I did a couple YouTube videos. A few years ago, I started talking about what herbs to detox and stuff, but I only did that after I had done it myself. And I didn't go around shouting it from the rooftops like I felt like doing, because I know cognitive dissonance exists, and I knew that I'd have to do something to overcome people's objections. Well, first of all, who cares about people's objections? They don't matter unless you're doing a business like I am. But for most people, who cares what your friends and family are saying about your diet? Are they going to eat? Are they going to wake up with chronic fatigue in your body? For me, it's like I'm not going to, at a certain point when I had to finally, shift, and you have to break through that, what Bob Proctor calls a terror barrier. It's like this habitual mental block that's holding you down to your old habits. You can overcome it, and there's ways to overcome it. Continuously feeding, watching these videos and stuff like that, talking to someone like this. There's not many of us, but there's some in the comments right here, thankfully. But you have to either break through the barrier with a traumatic experience breaks you through, so it's so bad that you have to change, or you have to constantly remind. And one way is affirmations. The media is programming you, whether you like it or not, and whether you think it is or you don't believe it is, it is. Whether you agree with that doesn't matter. In fact, if you don't agree that it's happening, that's even more dangerous. Once at least you know it's happening, then you can start fighting back. I'm not immune to the mind control any more than you. I just know that it's happening. And I know that it's possible to happen to me. So it's not that that it's somehow not getting me, that it's getting everyone else. No, I get it too. That's why I don't put myself in the place for that misinformation. I try to go the other route, like water. If you were here from my martial arts speech earlier. So there was a lot of information I just put out all at once. If you want me to detail any of that, I know that it covered a wide variety of things. If you have specific questions, ask now. Otherwise, I will sign out. I already did a giveaway. If you missed it, somebody won this. I recommend, I'll do a video about this book maybe when I finish it. And I'll do another giveaway, definitely. And I'll do many more. And, you know, the bigger my channel gets, the bigger the giveaways will get. I can just give you some clues to what my goals are in the future. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm working on. Hopefully, I've been mentioning that we're going to be planning a live event. I have a lot of things in mind that we could do that would be really awesome. So let me know what you think and if you would be there and what the budget would be. Obviously, I'm going to offer someone is going to get a giveaway of something awesome. But I do want to provide something where people can come to, even if it's not like a real location, it could be just we could rent somewhere and have an event at someone else's location. If you own a location, some kind of real estate, some kind of resort or something, let me know and we can have it at one of our viewers. That would be great if we can keep it in the group and support each other. But I have that in mind for the future, to have some kind of live retreats, and not just retreats, but some other stuff as well. So we'll keep working on that, but we definitely need to grow the channel. At this point, it's growing faster and faster, so I appreciate everyone that's new, that's dropping in. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate every individual person. Even though, yeah, numbers, it's easy to think, oh, I want 1 million or thousands and thousands of subscribers, but I do try to remember that each single individual person is enough. You know, one person, helping one person is enough. So I'm saying it half to myself and half to you, that in this world of social media, we have to remember that we're human beings, and that helping one person will improve the world. Helping yourself is the best. Helping yourself is the best, not by just buying yourself a bunch of stuff. I mean, really long-term, like holistic, you know, the things I talk about on this channel, helping yourself deep down at a long-term level. The other people in your life are going to notice, even if you don't tell anyone. They're going to notice, hey, did he do something? Like, I look totally different. I mean, my hair is longer, that's different, but also I just feel different, and I have that fire that I had when I was, well, I've almost always had it, but there were a few years when I was sick where I almost lost it, but it's back, and it's like I'm a teenager again, in the good ways and not the bad. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I hope this helped. And if you have any final questions, now's the time to ask. Otherwise, we'll get going. Wow, I ended up going a really long time. I think we did over 2 hours. So let me know if you have any other questions or feedback. Let's see if anyone else. I'll give you a few seconds because I know there's a little bit of a lag. I know I said like 30 minutes ago that I'm going to go get some tea because I've been talking nonstop and need tea, but I'll just go for it. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sky's the Limit. Thank you, Mitch. Congrats. What did you say? Something about a chemical? I missed that last comment. But congratulations. Make sure to get me your address and I'll send you this. And Fala, thank you so much. You rock. I appreciate the mastermind we had going and the connection. Also, Z-Boy, it's great to see you on every live and great talking to you as well. And let's see, who else? Carrie, you rock. Thanks for watching. Micah, congratulations for going alkaline and keep tuning in. Definitely make sure to stay the course, even if it's not easy. Even if you screw up now and then, so what? Just go back, get back on track and it becomes easier and easier. And let's see, who else have we got? That was pretty much everyone. Thank you all so much. You're awesome. And if you're seeing this in the replay, I'll answer your comments later. So I'll see you in the next live. If you have, as always, if you have more ideas for some recipes, and also Fala, you didn't tell me what type of Arabic dishes that I should try. I'm curious to know what to try. Sky's the Limit said, my first time on your channel, be sure to follow. Thank you. Awesome. Welcome. Yeah, I've been going live a lot and I appreciate the interaction. So make sure to hit the bell icon so you know when I go live. And if you have any feedback on how I can make my channel better or recipes or anything like that, just let me know. And I really take the feedback and do something with it. So like I said earlier, this channel is for you, not for me. I'm already doing this stuff. So I'm just sharing is caring. It satisfies a need that I have to a duty to do the right thing and to help make the world a better place. So I am getting a lot out of it. And I like a challenge, a good challenge. And what could be more challenging in this day and age than being healthy? So yeah, thanks for tuning in, all the new people. That's awesome. You're very welcome. And I have a lot of videos already filmed that are being edited right now. So they're coming one by one. Definitely stay tuned for those. Oh man, I have some really good recipes that I've made recently that I didn't post yet. So I'm really excited about those. And I would love to cook them for you in person. I'm thinking about that. I was talking with Z-Boy. We were talking about making a restaurant or something. And I've owned a restaurant before and it's definitely not fun and games. And my sister manages 4 or 5 restaurants and it's not really for the faint of heart. So I would only do it if it's like the perfect plan and the right, no plan is ever perfect, but If it's the right place, the right time, the right people, I would do it. Otherwise, I might do like a pop-up kind of thing. Like if I pop up in your city to sell alkaline food, I'm not sure exactly. I'm thinking about these kind of things, and um, I want to get the audience involved. So I would need your help. I'm not gonna do it all by myself like I've done in the past. I would need quite a team. And I'm also working on a nonprofit organization, if you're just tuning in, that once the channel's monetized, some of it, a lot of it will be going towards a good cause. And specifically, we want to feed people the alkaline food. So it's not good enough for me to just make it for myself. I want to be able to, making the recipe is good. You teach someone how to fish and they eat for a lifetime and all that. That's the theory. But also, some people need to be just fed. Like, so, I've been through hard times. Everyone on this channel probably has. And, if you're at your lowest low, maybe a really, really good, healthy alkaline meal for free somewhere would save your life, or at least help you. And that's kind of where this is going to go in the future. So I'm going to go the route of like Alkaline Mr. Beast, and he's been just giving away houses and cars and stuff like that. So I'm going to be feeding as many people as I can. And I want to have some special events just for my followers. Of course, things are weird right now as far as I don't even want to go there, but we should meet anyway in person. So we'll see. It's coming together little by little, and I think your suggestions are going to be what makes it happen. Because I don't just want it to be my idea. I want it to be something that everyone comes together on, and I don't just want to be like a talking God guru that tells you what to do. I just want to gather, get all the pieces and all the pieces of the puzzle for you. That's I didn't invent any of it myself. I just, found this and that and this and put it together to get the best result. So those are some of my thoughts in closing. I'll see you in the next video. Have an amazing day on purpose. And all the things we talked about here are how. I appreciate everyone's thumbs up. And I appreciate the people who competed for the giveaway. And I'll be sending this out shortly to them. The other winners of the last giveaway, the first one should have got it already. The second person, I didn't get your address yet if you're watching. So, and the third person was just today. So we'll keep doing those. I did some in the past, but I think this book is a good thing. That it's not exactly about the diet, but it's a good thing that I can send that won't go bad in the mail. That anyone in the world can get a lot of value from it. So this will keep you busy until next time. And for those of you that are new, I have over 200 videos already. So just because the old videos might not have gotten a lot of views, because I didn't know how YouTube really worked, it doesn't mean that there's bad info. So you can check out some of my other videos that, there's still good information. A lot of the information is timeless and it doesn't go out of date. So you should be able to get quite a lot of info in the 200 videos here. And if you want more, then my 12-week program is just for the people that are really serious about it. See you soon. And I'll leave it at that. So remember, have an amazing night. To those of you that are in a different time zone, have an amazing day. And I'll